Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Mike Graham. I am a senior partner at SME Skills Consultancy, working from the home office today. You can see the medals in the background, you can probably see the bike. And I thought I'd shoot this video because we are halfway through the year pretty much, right? We're first week of May, first Monday of May, and I was doing our business tracker. And our business tracker is a really useful tool that I use for my business. We use it with all our clients. Our consultants use it with all their clients. And it's a tool, it's an Excel sheet which helps us to track our progress in terms of how are we aligning our results so far with the goals that we set at the beginning of the year, the beginning of the quarter, the beginning of the month. Are we aligning our actions to hit those goals, right? And it's really interesting, actually, the concept of goal setting, the concept of motivation, because, and by the way, anyone watching this, if you're interested in this tracker tool, just drop me a tracker at the bottom in the comments, and I'll ping you a private, just for free, I'll just ping you the private tool that we use. It's really, really useful. We use it with all our clients. We use it for the business. Our consultants use it, and it gets results long term, right? So one of the biggest things I find when we work with clients, even for ourselves, is the concept of motivation. You know, for those of you who know me, I'm really big into my triathlon sport, in particular my Ironman activity. You can see the medals, you can see the bike here at home. And interestingly enough, about 2 weeks ago, I went to a talk that was talking about the concept of how to deal with your motivation, because motivation does change. I remember when I first started doing Ironman and, you know, running, swimming, cycling, all this kind of crazy activity, I was motivated by the fact of it would help me to break into become a whole new person. I was trying to just create a whole new being, like a Mike Graham version 2.0. So that was my motivation. Once I achieved that, I went through a period, it was really weird, and I've only just come out of it. I went through a period for a couple of months where my motivation to train wasn't there, my motivation to do events wasn't there, I was getting injuries, and it was just a spiral of just negative activity, right? And negative results. And what I realized was that my motivation had changed. My motivation wasn't to become Mike Graham 2.0. I'd already achieved that. I'd already become Mike Graham 2.0. And I had to find a new motivation. So what was my motivation? And it took me months to figure this out. You know, it took me a good 3-4 months to figure this out. And I realized that my motivation was, at the moment, my motivation was more about improving myself, not necessarily about trying to become another version or create a whole new version, but it was about improvement. Before, my motivation was about creating something totally new, like a superhuman, right? And now that motivation wasn't there. It was a different motivation. And the reason I'm talking about this, and you might be thinking, well, how does this relate to business? How does it relate to sales? How does it relate to your situation? It's very simple. I think and I see this with clients, when we work with clients, their motivation in the beginning might be X. And through life situations, through our circumstances, through whatever it is, something else, our motivation changes. What we're looking to create changes. To give you an example with business, when I first started in business, my motivation was I wanted to create a huge empire, right? Like my arms aren't even big enough. I wanted to create this massive empire, take over the world, have a multi-million-dollar business, and all this kind of stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? And in fact, for a lot of people, that is the motivation. Now my motivation is much different. What I want to do is I want to have a vehicle which allows me to work maybe 1-2 days a week, allows me to do a lot of my training. I've got a dream where I want to get into Kona. Ironman, if you don't know what that is, Google it. It's absolutely insane. But what I want to do is I want to create a system that can multiply and impact hundreds and thousands of people worldwide. You know, our clients, our franchises. I want to impact hundreds of people worldwide without me having to be there all the time with everybody. Right? And that's a big, big thing. Like, for example, for us, we're launching in Kuwait this month. We're launching in Dubai. And it's interesting because my motivation has changed. And because my motivation has changed, my actions have changed. But it's important to not put pressure on yourself because, you know, I'm not working, when I first started my business, I was working ridiculous hours. We all did when we started our companies. But now I don't work those crazy hours. And I remember a couple of months ago, I was feeling bad about not working crazy hours. But actually, my motivation has changed. So I thought this would be a really useful time. You know, one of my challenges that I want to start doing in June is a daily video to my audience, to my followers, to anyone who wants business advice, really, who wants to grow their sales, who wants to grow their business, and just provide you with advice. So my advice today is, it's the first Monday of the month. It's nearly halfway through 2019, June the 3rd. It's a really good period to reassess your goals, reassess your motivation levels, reassess your activity that you need to hit that motivation and hit those goals, and just see if you're still on track. And if you're interested in that tracker, let me know. I'll send it to you privately. Nothing else. I'll send that to you. But I think really important, halfway through the year, first day of the month, first Monday of the month, first working day of June, really think, is your motivation aligning with your goals and your activity? And if it's not, have a think about your motivation, have a think about your goals, have a think about whatever it is that, sometimes we feel bad because our activity and our motivation are not aligned. So I thought I'd share that with you guys today as your golden nugget. Thank you so much for your time. Have an amazing week, and I look forward to speaking to you all again tomorrow. Cheers. Bye for now.